Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. Today we're diving deep into something really fascinating, the practice of silence and asceticism. It's all about spiritual growth, inner power, and how staying silent can actually lead to enlightenment.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not just about shutting your mouth. There's this deeper idea behind it. It's about building up energy inside. When you stop speaking, you accumulate this inner energy, which eventually leads to a kind of enlightenment.
Exactly. I find it intriguing how silence isn't just about physically staying quiet. It's about not showing off what you know. It's like when you constantly talk, you're draining that energy instead of letting it build up.
That's a big one. It's like when you're trying to learn something new. If you're talking all the time, how can you actually listen and absorb the knowledge around you? It's a little counterintuitive, right? I mean, silence isn't just about not speaking. It's also about not pretending you know everything.
Right? And when you think about it, the more you try to act like you know everything, the more you actually don't know. It's like you're closing off the possibility of learning, right? So, this concept of silence isn't just about words, it's also about mindset.
Exactly, it's humbling yourself. If you're always talking, you're not really learning, you're just kind of showing off your current level of understanding. But once you practice true silence, you accumulate this inner power, this inner energy.
And once that inner power builds up, something fascinating happens. You start to see things clearly. You hear people talking, and you instantly understand why they're saying what they're saying. You start seeing things from a much higher perspective.
That's true enlightenment, right? It's not just about knowing things. It's about understanding everything at a much deeper level. When you have that inner power, everything starts to make sense. It's like a shift in consciousness.
So, how does one actually practice this silence in real life? Because it's not like you can just sit in a quiet room and expect it to happen. It's about learning to keep quiet in challenging situations, like when you're in a crowded place or dealing with people who annoy you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real test, right? Imagine being in a busy market, surrounded by noise and distractions, but still managing to stay quiet and focused. That's the kind of silence we're talking about. It's about resisting the urge to blurt out whatever comes to mind.
And that's where asceticism comes in. It's about practicing self-discipline. You can do this anywhere, whether it's in a crowded market or on a mountain. It's not about the environment, it's about your inner attitude and how you handle it.
Right, it's about recognizing that we're all still learning. If you think you already have all the answers, you're not really practicing, you're not really growing. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop learning.
And that's the beauty of this practice. Even when you think you've mastered silence or asceticism, you're always being tested. For example, when you're surrounded by people fighting or making noise, you have to resist the urge to react. That's when your patience and humility are truly tested.
It's all about letting go of ego. When you're practicing silence, it's easy to get caught up in comparisons and judgments. But if you find yourself criticizing others, that means you've failed the test, and you need to start over.
That's such an important point. It's not just about external silence, but also about inner peace. When you're truly practicing, you're not disturbed by other people's actions. You don't let your mind wander into judgment or envy.
Exactly, and this is where it gets tricky. The more you try to force the practice, like setting goals for how many days you'll stay silent, the more you're bound to fail. Because that's driven by desire, not true understanding.
So, the goal is not to force it, but to naturally embrace it. When you realize how much you don't know, you naturally fall into silence. You're not doing it because you want to achieve something, but because you understand that you still have a lot to learn.
And that's where real spiritual practice begins. You let go of greed, let go of expectations, and just do it. It's not about making a show of your progress or setting time limits. You practice for as long as it takes.
That's the key, isn't it? When you stop focusing on how much longer you've got to practice or how successful you are, you start truly practicing. The results come naturally because you've let go of all the distractions.
Yeah, and once you do that, the energy you've built up inside starts to show. It's not about talking or showing off what you've learned, it's about being. And that's when the transformation happens.
Exactly. So, if you're practicing silence or any form of asceticism, it's about being mindful of your actions, your thoughts, and your words. Stay humble, keep learning, and let the power build inside you.
It's all a journey, isn't it? You keep going deeper into understanding yourself, and the more you let go, the more you grow. There's no finish line, just continuous learning.
And that's the beauty of it. It's a lifelong practice. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you can take some of these thoughts and apply them in your own life. Stay humble, stay silent, and keep learning. See you next time.
Take care, everyone.